It's wild to me that this is exactly how I remember it.
We thought this was your typical fall festival, but as we explored Virginia's Waterford Fair for the first time, we realized it's perfect for history lovers like us. And for one of us, it turned out to be a trip back to childhood.
So we set out to discover, what is the Waterford Fair really? There's a whole area here filled with different artisans, and I'm very excited to check it out because this is not what I was expecting. These artisans are much better than I imagined. I love that they all look like they're from the 1800s and stuff. I'm so obsessed. I love this type of time period, 1800s. I officially found my favorite vendor here, Sycamore Spring Clothier, and they sell clothes that are reminiscent of the 17 and 1800s. I'm not gonna get anything because they're like $150 and I would have no purpose for them, but I love it so much. So Waterford is a super small town, so small that they are doing house tours, but these are like private homes. These are just people who live here every day and they're opening their homes for tours because every single building here is historic pretty much. So there's one house I really want to tour. It just looks beautiful from the outside, and somebody told us to tour the homes early. So that's what we're trying to do to beat the crowds.
As we're walking down the street, something just hit me. It feels like we're in a small New England town during the fall.
It does. Every home is old, charming, and the leaves are falling, and it definitely feels like we're in New England.
It does. I like it.
Okay, we were trying to find the bank house. From what I understand, the man who built it ended up dying like shortly after it was built, and then it was eventually turned into a bank, but now it's a home again. It's just kind of a journey to find this house. Now we're stuck in a line, but I'm very excited to see this house because it's a colonial house, and those are my favorite. Apparently we are not supposed to take any photos in here, but the hardwood floors are all original. I really did enjoy it inside. The living room area was beautiful. But what's cool about it is the Chamberlains is a family that used to live here, and they're still around today. And a couple of them have written books about the history of this area, which I think is cool.
My favorite room was the living room. I loved how it was kind of like a library and a living room combined into one room. I keep looking at this yard. I'm so fascinated by the shape of this backyard. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. It kind of curves off to the left. All I'm saying is this is a very relaxing back. Oh, I just saw a hammock. Yeah, there's a hammock right there. This is the perfect backyard. There's so much room for activities.
Oh my gosh, there are so many people here now. I can see why that lady told us to do a house tour early. Whoa, this place is super crowded. We're noticing that there are a lot of living history demonstrations happening around here. There's a map maker, there's a gunsmith. We're going to try to poke our heads into those areas and see if we can learn a little bit about those type of trades.
I'm very interested in seeing this map maker because I make maps for a living. As a 21st century cartographer, I want to get inside the head of an 18th century cartographer. So it wasn't what I was expecting, but it was still really cool. I thought it was going to be someone in colonial garb saying, this is how we surveyed land and made maps in the 1700s, but no, it's a guy who's been making historical maps for decades. He actually said he's been doing the Waterford Fair since 1972, which is crazy. That's over 50 years. But the maps he makes are beautiful. And as a cartographer, I'm glad I got to see them because I can appreciate the aesthetic beauty of maps.
Well, the gunsmith was also not what I was expecting. I thought they were going to show us how they make guns, but it's just a little den where this guy stores the guns that he's made. But it was kind of cool because they were telling us about a tavern pipe, I think is what it's called, which has a really long stem, and you would basically pay to use it at a tavern. And the stem's so long because they would just break it off after somebody would use it so that they could keep reusing it. And they were saying that back in the day, this field behind us, they used to actually use for target practice. So here at the fair, you used to be able to use the guns, like use real guns, and try to hit targets.
I would do that. I'd pay good money for that.
Yeah. Next, we were headed to 2nd Street School, which I've kind of been excited to go to all day because I've been here before during a 4th grade field trip where we basically spent the whole day as if we were students at a one-room schoolhouse, and we had little colonial costumes. We learned the curriculum of the day. We wrote with quills, and then we even had recess outside where we played with old, like 18th century toys, like a hoop and stick type thing. So I'm really eager to come back and I never thought I'd be back at the schoolhouse again, but never say never. But yeah, I just want to see what I remember of it. And
what you described is like the stereotypical Virginia field trip, I feel like. I didn't get that joy as a child. I was doing glacier cruises and snowshoeing in the Alaskan wilderness, but that sounds pretty cool.
Which is way cooler. This must have been like so pivotal in my mind because I remember like the exact layout of this, the way the desks were. Each desk has a little like persona of what student you were and your life and things like that. And they had like the dunce hat that you would wear if you got in trouble. Oh my gosh, this is a walk down memory lane for sure. We saw that they have kind of this whole timeline along the fence of a house that explains Civil War history and what it was like here in Waterford. And there's actually something really interesting about Loudoun County, which is where we used to live.
Something caught my eye. It's this one that says Independent Loudoun, Virginia Rangers. And it was the only organized Union cavalry unit in Confederate Virginia, which is really cool. So it got me thinking, why was there a Union cavalry unit here? I looked it up, and by the start of the Civil War, the population of Waterford remained largely Quaker. They were pacifists and abolitionists, so they remained loyal to the Union throughout the war. And also here in Waterford, the Quakers helped slaves escape to the north. So pretty cool town here in Virginia. And this is why we make these vlogs, folks. It's to show you how big the world is and just how much is out there. It's crazy. Wow. It's mind-blowing. There's something for everybody at the Waterford Fair.
Okay. Wow. This fair was way better than I was expecting. And I actually thought it was going to be more of a fall festival, which I don't really think it is. It's just more of like a historic festival. I loved everything about it. The small town charm, the artwork, the demonstrations. I can't believe I've never done this before. And I'm so glad we finally did it.
Catch us next time as we return to Magic Kingdom and Disney World much sooner than we ever thought possible.
I'm going to get right. I'm just trying to find the moment. Be like, hey, this is... Wait, no, hold on. As one could...
Do you have anything to add about it?
No, that's about it. Actually, give me the mic. It's easier when I do it this way.